We had another great week for our Lancaster County football teams. Hello, I'm Elena Ely, and thanks for tuning into this week's episode of the Playbook. In our game of the week, Andrew Jackson hosted Lakewood and came away with a dominant victory. The Buford Yellow Jackets moved to 4-0 on the season with another blowout. The Indian Land Warriors and Lancaster Bruins had a bye week and are both back in action this week. We took some time and spoke to the coaches about their Week 4 games and what we can expect this Friday night. We'll be back to hear what they had to say after this short break. Stay tuned for more of the Playbook.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds, a home security system, a whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
There still are a few things to clean up and work on, some penalties, but overall, it was a good game. I thought the offensive line did a heck of a job of setting the tone early, and we were fortunate to get a turnover down in their end of the field early, and 3 plays later we scored a touchdown, and that's what we want to do and get a fast start. That was our message last week, and I thought we did a really good job of that, scoring 21 points in the first quarter, and kind of, I think, jumping on them, and then not real sure what had happened. Took them a little while to get settled in, but it started with the offensive line and those guys doing a good job, and then Trey had his best game of the season so far, and he's one that he tends to seems like get stronger as the game goes on, but both quarterbacks, Brady and Hammond, did a good job in there of just controlling the game and doing what we asked them to do. And, Hayden Williams did a good job of blocking from his H-back tight end position. And so receivers got in on the blocking too. I mean, it turned into a running game. And, that starts with the offensive line. And, we were a little banged up there, but the guys stepped up and did a great job, all 5, 6 of them that rolled out there. So really that game to me goes to the offensive line and what all those guys did. And, so, Brooks Horton, Tavares Kelly, Marshall Dees, Gabe Clyburn, Big Mike Henson, and then Andrew Drakeford, he got in there some too. So, all those guys just did a wonderful job. And that's who our game ball for offense would have gone to. Defense did a great job of taking their number one out of the game. And that started with Cullen Ussery doing a really good job of covering him, because that was one big piece of what they tried to do on offense is get him the ball. And when he's gotten the ball in space, what we had seen on film, that he's hard to tackle. I mean, he's committed to NC State for a reason. He's a good ball player. And so Cullen just did a heck of a job of covering him. And then Weston Joyner did a good job of helping out over top on doing that. But then on the interior, the linebackers and defensive linemen did a great job on the run, which is really what they try to do is, set the tone with running the ball and run some triple option schemes and then throw off of those to number one. And so all the guys on the defensive line and linebackers did a great job of just not giving them any holes to run through. And that was, they just didn't give up anything. We kind of been a few times, but then batting down. So we improved on third and fourth down was, our two big things we've struggled with kind of early on. But I thought we just did a really great job of team tackling too, that we'd see, 10, 11 orange jerseys running to the ball. And that's what you got to do on defense. And just they played exceptionally well, part of the phase of the game. Special teams, we did a good job. Didn't really have a chance to return the ball much as far as kick return, which is a good thing because that normally means that you're playing really good defense. But the kicking game, we had a lot of kickoffs, and that's a chance for some explosive plays for the other team. But with, as many times as we did, I thought they did a good job of running down there and corralling, their returners. Number one for them is one of their returners, and that was the name of the game all week was do not kick it to number one. Do not give him a chance to make a play, and we did that. I think he only picked the ball up one time on a punt return, and we were surrounded him and didn't give him a chance to take off. And so, Marshall Dees did a good job on kickoff, and then Tyson Funderburk did a good job on the extra points. And then Colby Waters had a good game punting the ball. So overall special teams, the way we graded, we had more plays we won against them, and some things to work on still, but that's going to be every game and to get better at. But overall, I thought it was another phase of the game that we just did really well. Crowd was great again. Loud when they need to be loud when we're on defense, and made it frustrating. I know they jumped false start a couple of times when they were on offense, and then supporting our guys on third and fourth down and making some noise, and made it difficult for them. Especially there was one time they got down very close to the end zone and got, I think, 2 false start or motion penalties, and that's a testament to the crowd, and our guys feed off of that. So I've just come to learn that's AJ, part of AJ football, though, is that we're going to have a good crowd and good support from the community, and we love that. Our focus this week is make AJ better, is our phrase, and focusing on us. We've mentioned that the only team, if we do what we're supposed to beat AJ, is going to be AJ. If we have our breakdowns that we've had a few times early on in the season, that's when we've struggled. But if we take care of our business and do our job, each individual, that we have a chance to be pretty good. And so again, we're going to focus on that. We got a tough tough opponent this week, undefeated opponent. So we know we'll have our hands full, but I don't want us to get caught up in what they do and who they are. It's about AJ and making sure we focus on them. So each play, each day, each class period and during the day, we try to make it a full day deal and kind of the full person to make AJ better. And so guys, so far we've had 2 good days of practice and are doing a good job of making AJ better each day. Louisville is going to be a tough opponent. Again, that was our last non-region game, and they're undefeated, 5-0, number 4 in the state. And Coach Boulware's done a really good job coming in there and getting them excited and playing well. They score a lot of points, so it'll be a challenge for us on defense. But our defense loves those opportunities and working on that, trying to get better and defending them. And then on defense, they've gotten a couple of where they basically shut the other teams down. They're coming off of a shutout win Friday night too, and so we just got to make sure that we get 10 hats to block them up, and then leave that one-on-one. Try to find where that one-on-one matchup is, and let our guys have that competition of trying to make a play. And we got to travel again, so that'll be something. Just making sure that we got our minds right and get going and start fast. And but at the end of the day, take care of AJ and worry about us, and the score will take care of itself.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax, you're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is, and that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump, and you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Well, after the game on Friday, it was, I'm glad they finished the way we wanted them to finish. We talked to them at halftime about, taking nothing for granted. Don't take off your foot off the gas until we tell you. And I want them to have that mindset, and just to make sure that we everybody takes care of the minor things we got to take care of. Clean some things up, and obviously staying healthy and making sure we do the right things to keep our guys right. The thing that's been great it's been nice is starting out fast, taking the ball and being able to go down the field. That's been huge. That's a big improvement from last year, and that kind of helps out the defense too a little bit. So, and taking some time off the clock, that kind of thing. So that's doing a good job of taking control of the line of scrimmage and holding on to the ball. So that been real happy with that, the way we've been starting. Well, I tell you what, it's like we talked about in our coaches meeting. We're a far cry from what we were a year ago, and that all comes down to confidence. The kids are doing a much better job of making some plays and tackling. And I know that sounds simple, but it's not, and it wasn't a year ago. And that's been our emphasis, is getting stronger in tackling, and they've done a real good job with that. And it goes seniors. We didn't have a lot of seniors last year, and it's tough when you don't have a lot of guys out there. So these guys, the seniors we have this year, are some good leaders. I thought we did a much better job. Caden did a good job kicking off and putting our defense in a pretty good position for the most part. And I think we made all of our extra points and everything. So that part's been good. So far, so good. Knocking on wood here. And I'm hoping we can keep that going to keep the defense in a halfway decent position to begin with, and don't want any returns. I think it's been great all year. We've had really good crowds, and our student section's been really good. And I got a lot of those kids in class, and they tell me each week, what the emphasis is or what they're dressing up like and everything, and that's pretty cool. So, it's like anything else. If you win a few games, that helps a lot. So, and we're fortunate right now, and like I said, the meat of our schedule's coming up. So, Cross is a good team, and then we get right into regions. So we got our work cut out for us. Our focus is obviously, Mondays is a big mental day for us, and we'll lift and we watch film, and then we get outside and try to put it all together. And one is getting healthy, trying to get Mason back this week, and but we got a couple other guys who got banged up, so we need to get guys healthy for next week when we play Pageland and open up the region. So, when they say football's a game of numbers, it is, and that's depth is always a problem, and you got to practice smart too, though. We can't. On one hand, you guys show your defense what they're going to see, and the other hand, you can't get those guys hurt, and it's kind of crazy. But we're trying to find a happy medium in between it. So right now, our goal is to get a lot of reps in practice, but not take anybody down to the ground and things like that. Well, they're big and physical, and they run downhill, and they're kind of like us. They got a lot of guys going both ways too, and they do a good job on defense, getting after and putting pressure on guys, and they got a big defensive line. So we got our work cut out for us, and their quarterback's a great athlete. He gonna run if he gets loose, he makes things happen. So we got to make sure we control their running game and hopefully put them in situations where we know they have to throw. Because if not, it's going to be a battle. This is definitely going to be a big test for us on Friday.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
go. Oh yeah. Reach for the sky. We go. Yeah. Yeah.
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Well, I think it's really easy during a bye week to take it as an off week, which is not what we did. You know, you might win you may not lose the week, as so to say, as actually have a win or loss on your record, but you can definitely do things during the week to actually lose the week as far as the momentum you have, any growth that you want, or just the continued development of the team that you're trying to create and the identity of that team they're trying to create. So for us, we used it as an opportunity to get a couple guys who are banged up, healthy, to pull back a little bit on their bodies, but at the same time, just to continue to do the things that we feel like we're doing well in practice, and we thought that we're doing well as offense, defense, and special teams. Then there's also a lot of situational stuff that you don't work during the season as much, and we used last week to kind of to make sure we went over that, to talk about it, just so that in those situations do pop up, we'll be a little bit more situationally aware than we would have been. Well, I mean, you look at our region, I think there's like 24-4 combined record between the 6 teams. There's 4 losses between 6 teams that are in our region. And you look at those 4 losses, they've been to, some of the better teams, Gaffney's, Clovers, South Florence's, Irmos. I mean, they've been a really tough teams. We got a really, really tough region. And so for us, it's made a point to our team yesterday. When you get to this point of the season and you're, sitting in the seat that we're in, it's really easy to pull back. It's really easy to kind of back off of some of the things that you did early in the season when you're really, really hungry for a little bit of success. And it's really easy to get, to go, all right, we've been successful. I'm going to pull back. So for us, we really treated last week and this week as like week 0. We're coming back off of coming out of the summer. Like we've got to be hungry for opportunities. We got to want to get back and understand what got us to where we're at today is what's going to get us to where we want to go. And we have to be hungry for those little things, because those little things are going to matter. When you get to this time of year, you're going to always fall back on the things that are the crux of who you are as a program and a player. And so we got to make sure as a staff and really as a leadership group that we're enforcing those things that we want to be staples of the characteristics of our football team. Well, I'm really fortunate. I'm fortunate to be able to build a staff that I feel like cares about our players as more than just players. They're bought in. They understand what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And they're bought into the success of a student athlete on and off the field. So, for us as a staff, we work really hard together to make sure we speak as one word. We spend a lot of time in the off season together. And that's the one thing that, we try to preach to our players, that if all the players only spend time from 4:30 to 6:30 together, 7 o'clock, whatever, together, then they're never going to be really strong. Like the strength of the team can be seen by what the locker room is like before practice and after practice. And are they spending time with each other on the weekends? Are they spending time with each other in the off season? And so us as a staff, we really try to emulate that and how we do things together. We always are doing stuff together, going to clinics together, going to visit colleges or the high schools together, and I think that's rubbed off on our players. And we just have, really good. We got a bunch of guys with a ton of experience, former head coaches on our staff that, have won. We got coaches that have coached in college, NFL. I think have a really good grasp and feeling, understanding really how to win and how to prepare players to exceed expectations at this level and then prepare them for success at the next level. Well, Parkwood's going to be a great opportunity. It's interesting that it's a homecoming opportunity for us because, when you talk to people who are, old-time Indiana, we don't talk about this with the Fort Mill, like they value the relationships and the contentious games they had against Parkwood. Parkwood's a 15-minute drive from here, right across the state line. And for our community, it's going to be a great opportunity for our older community to come back to Indiana, to the new stadium, see what the program we're building against a team that they're familiar with. But it's not the old Parkwood. The coaches have done a great job getting them where they're at. They play hard. They got some really skilled athletes, we haven't seen, but the type of athletes we'll see throughout our region. So it's going to be a great preview for us for what we're going to have to expect as we go through a region play.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
I want to thank the coaches for taking the time out of their busy schedules to talk to us. All 4 county schools are in action this Friday. Andrew Jackson continues its tough schedule as they travel to Louisville. Buford heads to Cross after a 3-game homestand. Lancaster travels to White-and-All, coming off its bye week. And in their game of the week, Indian takes on Parkwood as they celebrate their homecoming. Make sure you go out and support your local schools this week. Remember the county clear bag policy at all athletic events. And thanks for watching The Playbook.